We got two games on Monday Night Football this week. This one's really interesting. The Vikings and the Bears. Of course, these two teams played, 3 weeks ago? Less than a month ago. And that was the game where Minnesota led by 11 with less than a minute to play. And the Bears scored a touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion, and then got the onside kick, and then got the field goal, and ended up losing in overtime by 3. Push for their backers. Nonetheless, was a compelling game and a competitive game. We're going to see the rematch on Monday night in Minnesota. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown. And right now, look at the free WagerTalk live odds screen. And I'm telling you, this WagerTalk live odds screen, A, it's free, and B, it'll help you. I encourage you, bookmark it. Check it out all the time. It's something that's open on the screen over here, as you see, just about all day, every day. So WagerTalk free live odds screen. We're seeing a mixed line here as I record this. There are some 6.5s out there from Minnesota. There are some 7s out there from Minnesota. Total 43.5. And again, the Vikings were in position to win that first meeting by double digits, and they let it get away at the end. They ended up winning by only 3. But the Bears the breaks went Chicago's way on those last couple of drives, which could happen here. It's certainly not a team with a big betting bandwagon right now. The Bears have already fired their coach, and they fired their offensive coordinator. And it's been, I don't think Caleb Williams got as many people fired this year as Aaron Rodgers has done. But last week, after all the changes, new coach bump, and they go to San Francisco and get annihilated in that game. The first half yardage was 319-4. And that was there have been multiple games like that for Chicago in recent weeks, where complete no-show first halves. We saw that in the game against the Commanders for Chicago. The week before against Detroit on Thanksgiving, where the Bears in the first half probably should have been blown out of that game, but Detroit settled for field goals. Ended up being only 16-0 at half, and it could have easily been, 28-0 or more by halftime of that ball game. And the Bears made things interesting after halftime. But we've seen repeatedly these ugly first halves from Chicago where nothing's working right. And that's going to be a problem here on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota team. And again, we look at the Vikings. It's not like they're blowing everybody out. It's not like the Minnesota is this, yes, let's lay a big price with them type of team. They're not. That being said, and even last week, 42-21 is the final score against the Falcons. But that game's 21-all in the fourth quarter, and Minnesota created the breaks. Minnesota got the breaks. And Sam Darnold's been really good in these late game clutch situations. But again, 23-22 against Arizona, 30-27 against Chicago, 12-7 against Jacksonville, 23-17 against the Jets, 31-29 against Green Bay. It's not like Minnesota is one of these teams that week in, week out, they're winning by margin. This is one of those games, my power rating says you can only take Minnesota in this game. I kind of crashed the Bears after what happened in San Francisco. That was a step-up spot, and instead they stepped down, and we've seen these repeated starts. So my power rating number says it's Minnesota or pass from a side standpoint in this ball game. And I don't know that I'm in love to play Minnesota. Look, it's a Monday night popular public side, and that's a problem in general. Line sitting 6.5. It hasn't. They haven't bought all the 6.5, and then Chicago coming off that really lousy showing. Now they're facing a division rival, third straight road game, easy travel in theory. In theory, it's supposed to be a Bears spot where they're going to hang. If I trusted Chicago, I'd lay the points, or I'd take the points with them. I don't trust Chicago. And I don't want to lay this price with Minnesota. So let's talk about the total here for a minute, with a Bears defense that has been pretty good about getting stops. With the Bears offense in general. Again, last week was pretty dicey. But what we saw against Detroit, what we've seen in these divisional matchups, Chicago's defense has shown. It really has. And Minnesota, that is a defense that has overachieved all year long. Very impressed with what Flores has done for the Vikings. And I don't know that a second look for the Bears is going to be all that much better than the first look. Although the first game, we got 57 points between these two teams. A lot of that was at the very end, We saw 14 late after 1 minute left in regulation. So take off those 14. We're talking about 43. That would stay under this number. And that's the way I'm leaning for Monday Night Football. I do lean under between the Vikings and the Bears. It is an opinion. I've not put money on it yet. I may not put money on it. We'll see what the number does between now and kickoff. But the lean here, I'm not going side. I don't have an opinion on a side. I don't. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to give you an opinion on a game sidewise that I don't have. Total wise, we do lean under for Monday Night Football. Take advantage of the great promos right now. WagerTalk.com. Visit my page, www.buzz.com/TC. Promo code TC365 is going to get you 365 days all access, just $99 a month. That's available right now on my homepage. Again, wt.buzz.com/TC. And of course, we've got a great deal. I understand, $99 a month for a full year, not in everyone's budget. But you want to get yourself a little Christmas present. How about 10-day all access? $99. So you can get 10 days of all access. And then if you buy it now, you'll get this weekend and next weekend's worth of football. So worth noting. No promo code needed for that. Just use my page at WagerTalk.com, wt.buzz.com/TC. Thanks so much for watching. Best of luck with all your bets. And we appreciate the likes, comments, and follows very much right here on WagerTalk TV. Cheers. Good luck.